EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tannehill on first down. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Grady Jarrett with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
On second down, Freeman. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. From the gun, it's Ryan. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu from 13 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Bruce Carter with a pick. And his guys will... EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
54, set.
On second down, Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 71 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Watson. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Here's Watson now on second down. Dumps it complete to Mellon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Watson on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
They'll run for it. This is Foreman. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Brooks Reed in there to get him for a loss of 5. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, their last miss on third down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a fourth down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now Ryan on first down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On second down, here's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He got 29 yards that time. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Ryan on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Bruce Carter with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, The thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll run here with Freeman. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. Now Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy. And can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. Tackle made by Bruce Carter. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. On 2nd down, here's Miller, twisting away. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Alfred Blue, 105 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
Hey, let's go.
What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Gun.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're running right through it. About 3 yards there to the 27.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down.
Hey, wait. Ready. Hey, got it. Ready, go.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. Flushed out right. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Bruce Carter with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Freeman again. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Back now in Houston. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Now the pitch to Freeman. And some room to roam now. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And down inside the 15 he goes. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Back 22! Back 22!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Runs through the contact. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 16 yards right off the bat with a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Flush to his right. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Tuesday.
wants to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Jones has it. Oh, good move at the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They go play fake. Mahomes looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Brooks Reed with a tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Wide open receiver complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A very solid gain of 27. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Bruce Carter with a pick. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now...
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Falcons are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but it's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, 45 yards. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Harris has it over the middle, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Being chased out left. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there of 22. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. And it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. He finds an opening past the 40. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, wait.
Now Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Mike Bennett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Great. Go.
To throw, it's Wentz. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And let's face it, what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Wentz to throw on second down. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. To throw is Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll try and run it now with Sproles. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more?
Hey, forward, Tokyo! That's 52, great.
They'll try to run with a J. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Looking deep down. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 39 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And some room to work. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there from Ajayi. 44 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency.
Tuesday.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Let's go. Let's fly three.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Great 15, great 15. What's on?
Wentz now to throw. And Tate's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Let's go, great, great. Great 57.
They'll run it with Sproles. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Ford Tokyo.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On second and goal, Ajayi, the lone man in the backfield. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
Black, come on.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Elliott now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught right side is Jeffrey. A good pickup there of 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wentz now on 1st down. Ertz has it left side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
He's got his man. This is Tate. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a 1st down. Wentz now on 1st down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Golden Tate, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Back 25. 12.
On 1st down, Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from the 3 and out. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down, Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
21. Hey, let's go.
On third down, it's Freeman, and he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1, got to be in sync, and they were. Freeman again, first down carry. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
There we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. So quick on his spin.
He's spinning, man.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays. but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Great 15, great 15.
They fake the give. Now Wentz trying to lay one up deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. Good plan for the pass first.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Get up! 21! Left! Got it, got it! Got it! Right 25! Face, face! We go!
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And Jones hands it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Gun.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Michael Madden in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Left. 280. 825. On.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal.
Get up! Let it go!
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Let's go.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again. 21. Hey, got it. Got it. 25. Got it.
Back to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
3-5-7. Great.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The ball comes out, and the Falcons say they have it. They do. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's go. Ready. Blue 80. 12.
Now what can Ryan do here in overtime? They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. Way down to about the 7. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll, and we are underway from Miami. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On first down, Drake. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run with Drake. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's the first carry now for Frank Gore. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He'll try the air now with Tannehill. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Tannehill now to throw. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. They had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They toss to Freeman. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, let's go. Back 25. Get out. Wait. Go. Get out. Wait. Go.
On 2nd down, Freeman. Oh, spinning away. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
Get up.
They'll run it with Coleman.
This is where you need to rely on your offensive line, and you tell the person carrying the football, no dilly-dallying around, no trying to hit the home run. Just hit the hole hard and get in there for a first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Let's go.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Miami after this.
Let's go. 11. Got it. Like 25.
On third down, it's Freeman, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
On second down, it's Drake. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. He's at the 30, the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. On second down, here's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Parker. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They begin the drive with Coleman. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big-time play there for the Falcons. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Coleman on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Right back to Drake. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third and short, Drake. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on fourth and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it, and the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guy trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays.
Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, 42 yards. And the Falcons capitalize on the